Hi everybody, David Dilling from Markzware here. Markzware has just released ID2Q version 6. ID2Q is InDesign to Quark and now has InDesign CS5.5 support. Furthermore, this extension for QuarkXPress now works in version 9.1, of course version 8 as well. It'll also run under Lion or macOS 10.7. Now, this is very important to note because there's a new feature in Quark 9.1 called the App Studio where you can quickly and, most importantly for many, affordably get your content, with some minor changes, right up to a publication on an iPad. So this is a great way to get your InDesign content right into Quark so you can try out this new App Studio from Quark and get your publications online on the iPod like that. Furthermore, I should also add that Markzware also has Q to ID, now out as version 5.5. And that is Quark to InDesign. So once you experiment with the new App Studio, you can be rest assured you can easily get your print layouts right back into InDesign CS5.5, CS5, or CS4. Let's go check out the new features and functions in Markzware's ID2Q version 6 for QuarkXPress 9.1. Fantastic. Before I show you how ID2Q version 6 works, let's first take a look at an InDesign file inside InDesign. In a moment, we will convert this file right on over into Quark. Alright, let's go see how that works within QuarkXPress 9.1 and Markzware's ID2Q version 6 for publishers, graphic designers, printers, and prepress operators. To use ID2Q version 6 in Quark 9.1 or Quark 9 or Quark 8, you simply launch QuarkXPress like we just did, and you go over here to the Markzware menu item, and you choose ID2Q. Under the Markzware menu item, you'll see the various Markzware products. More coming soon under this category. But for now, we see the ID2Q here. You can convert an InDesign document, and that's what we're going to do now. It's really quite simple. Just click there. So you just scroll, or in this window, you just go find where the document is you want to convert. The InDesign CS5.5 now supported, CS5, CS4, CS3, CS2. Doesn't matter. Go find it. In this case, it's the file we just showed you in InDesign, and hit open. It's pretty much that simple, but there are a few options. Conversion options. This is how it will come standard out of the box. It is important to pretty much leave them as is unless something does not convert as desired. Leave touch attributes, use styles, and picture preview, use picture. Later, we'll go over some of the post-conversion fix options, for they can be handy if you're using complex tables or have other overflow text box issues, etc. So, out of the box, just click OK and see how easy and how fantastic the conversion is. You'll see ID2Q version 6 reading the document, similar to how FlightCheck does when pre-flighting and packaging files from InDesign, Quark, Microsoft, etc. You'll also see in the background Quark recreating the file. The conversion is quite fast. Naturally, for larger files, and if you have a lot of post-conversion fixing, it will take longer. There you go. Standard Quark message, font's not installed. We'll continue in this case, and let's check it out. Alright, let's take a closer look at this InDesign file now within QuarkXPress 9.1, ready for us to edit, use, and publish either to the iPod or to print. Alright, so you see the file looks fantastic, pretty much exactly as it did just a moment ago in InDesign. And we scroll down and we see all the text and styles and attributes came over, really looking good. Uh-oh, but wait a minute, what's going on here? Are there pictures missing? If we resize it a bit, what we'll see is that there are tables used, cells. And we can manually go through and resize them, and it's really not a big deal. Sometimes with ID2Q, you will have to manually touch some things up. However, here at Markzware, we do our best to try to make it as automated as possible. And that's where those post-conversion options come into play. So let's go back and do a conversion on this exact file again, and see how it looks if we run a post-conversion option and try to get these tables to convert 100% automatically. Adjusting a few isn't so bad. If you have a 100 or 200 page document, it gets to be a real time-consuming process. ID2Q and Markzware is all about saving you time and money. Let's go check it out. Okay, so let's convert that file again. We'll select the same exact file, hit open. And this time, let's look at these conversion options a little more closely. So these will be post-conversion fix options that we can employ within ID2Q version 6. This is quite neat, and we've added several here, including overflow text boxes, link text boxes. Will allow them to relink with the post-fix options. Items with runaround specified. The trapping settings we can help automatically set back in Quark. And this table issue we just saw in action. Let's click Auto Adjust Tables and click OK and see how that affects our conversion at the end. Okay, here's the file again. It looks, of course, the first page is pretty much the same. Perfect conversion, saves us already time and money. But when we get down here to this page, look at this. All of those cells, all those tables now come over. We don't have to resize them. They're already resized, or we should say, already the post-conversion fix has been done. This alone, this new feature, will save you tons of time and money if you're converting files with tables, which many people are. So folks, this is ID2Q version 6 from Markzware. It'll convert your InDesign CS5.5, CS4, CS3, CS2 files right into QuarkXPress 9.1, 9.0, etc. And once you're in Quark, you can then go in and, of course, under your window, go to your App Studio. Adding movies, adding markers, etc. So you can get things ready for your iPad, your Apple iPad, which is, of course, one of the great inventions of Steve Jobs, who we all know is sadly passed on at a rather young age, but he's left behind quite a legacy. And now we have the iPad publishing, and with Quark you can quickly and easily publish to the iPad.
Next
Adjust
week.
items. You can then, of course, go in and export this file as a .av. This is how you publish your project in part to the iPad. You need to, of course, have an Apple developer account, which costs $76 or euros per year. But from there, it's actually quite easy. Everybody, just cruise over to www.markzware.com, and you'll see all of the information on our products, including the new FlightCheck 6.80 for total print quality control for prepress operators, graphic designers, publishers alike. You can not only pre-flight and package Quark and InDesign files, all versions, also Illustrator and Photoshop files, packaging all fonts and images from those artistic file formats as well. Extremely handy. Alright, to see ID2Q, to buy it today, just go to Products, ID2Q. You can go right to the store, upgrade, or check out the demo like we just are doing now. We click on ID2Q, we'll see all information on this product. We can even read down here what other people are saying about ID2Q. We can read about the system requirements. And of course we see all details for technical support, which hopefully and generally you won't need. But it's all there under the ID2Q page. Buy now to get ID2Q version 6. Very affordable, extremely easy to use to convert InDesign CS5.5 and lower files right into QuarkXPress 9.1 projects, where you can use them to create iPod content, print content, online content. It doesn't matter. It's all possible. Thank you for watching this ID2Q version 6 demonstration. I should mention, for people with older versions of Quark or even older versions of InDesign that need files converted to and from Quark or InDesign, we also offer the Markzware file conversion service. Email sales@markzware.com for more information. Furthermore, we also have a bad file recovery service. If your InDesign or Quark file is not opening, you can simply use this service to try to fix your file. Once again, thank you. David Dilling from Markzware wishing you a fantastic day, and please go ahead and click that buy button on the Markzware homepage and get ID2Q today. Take care.